Andriki Namaskaram. Every time when Mr. Krishna Kumar was pacifying me that it is getting late and I'm holding you for some time, in fact, I was having the reverse feeling. I was soaking in the energy which was in the hall. And in fact, I was to visit Sri Sailam, but I think the entire Tirth has happened here today under the feet of the elders. I must confess today that I have less as a role of a chief guest and more as a member of the family who have returned to the family to seek blessings of the elders. It is indeed my pleasure, my privilege, my honor, an emotional moment for me to be part of this great congregation. As Chief General Manager and even before, in different role capacities of leadership, we attend various meetings. We have been attending meetings, but there are only few gatherings that carry the warmth, the affection, the wisdom, the connect, and the emotions that I experience today with this gathering when I am here. And when I look at this gathering, I do not see as SBI pensioners. I see it as a living history of State Bank of India. I do not see you as retired employees. I see the people who have built my organization. I see the people who carried the State Bank of India on their shoulders through the decades of change. I see in you people who worked for this organization not as a profession but as a mission. I also see this generation that has transformed a bank into the Institute of Nations Repute, and from the Institute of Nations Repute to the symbol of trust. I owe my existence, not only me, the entire bank, to your hard work, to your contribution, and to your dedication. I must also confess, as I said, that this is not a moment of Chief General Manager standing here. This is a personal moment for me. Because my father also is a retired pensioner, SBI pensioner. When I joined the bank, he was almost retiring. So this is the 61st year of my family serving the bank. Also, there is a uniqueness. This hall has two identities. One is the pensioners, the epitome of wisdom, and the second is the trade union element. And my father was an active trade unionist. He was considered as a very militant trade unionist. He has served in the federation in the very highest capacity. He has represented the circle when he was just 4-year-old in the bank as a probationer. I carry a lot of emotions when I stand here. I'm privy to a lot of conversations those age when they talked about the value system, when they talked about the fairness, the dignity, and the right to stand tall when there was oppression. Today I carry not the sense of Chief General Manager, I carry the gratitude of a son. The son who has the first-hand knowledge that what this generation has done to State Bank of India. A son who knows that behind one pension account, there is dedication, there is a pride, there is sacrifice. I once again acknowledge your presence and your contribution to this great organization. This is also an emotional moment, as I said, quite nostalgic. When I joined the bank, Mr. Nadav's presence made me emotional today because he was already a respectful, established, and a very, very high and mighty leader of Bangalore Circle when I joined the circle. Countless officers like me in that era has learned lessons on leadership of leaders like him. He has told us that organizations don't become great. They don't become strong just by mere profitability. They become great through fairness, through dialogue, through dignity, and through collective purpose. I can see you, sir, that positions can retire, titles can retire, but the commitment to serve can never retire. The leadership can never retire. When I see the galaxy of leaders present over here, there is goosebump. And if Wordsworth was here today, he would not have said, "My heart leaps up when I behold a rainbow in the sky." He would have said, "My heart leaps up when I see leaders of State Bank or in the firmament of the banking industry." And with the presence of these trade union leaders, I'm compelled to look back. I'm compelled to look back and acknowledge the contribution, the supreme sacrifice of the leaders of the era passed by. We cannot forget, we cannot overlook, we can never ignore the sacrifices of the leaders and of the officers of that era. When I talk of leaders, it is of both the verticals, the staff union, the officers association, and also the management leadership. I think all three concomitantly contributed to the might of this organization. Who can forget the indefinite strike of 1969? That I read as a kid. I was privy to the conversations which happened, and my father was witness to that. I think that is the moment which provided the fulcrum to the Officers Association movement. And this is the moment when we assembled together that we need to convey our remembrance to the leadership of that era. Trade union and politics are two different things. There is no politics in trade unions. Politics has opposition. Trade union has proposition. And you look at the beauty of trade union. Even the loser shares the common objective of the winner, and that is to further the interest of the members and to further the interest of the organization. Where else can you find the movement where the winner and the losers have the common platform? Politics can divide. Politics can be divisive. Politics can fragment. But trade union can never divide. It can stand for unity, unity, and unity. I definitely acknowledge the contribution of the pensioners, and as I said, I am here today not as the Chief General Manager. Of course, the card says that, but I was very eager to come here because I always feel very home. I feel that I am under the guidance, under the protection of the seniors, and trust me, as we move along, as much as I shall carry the warmth of your affection, I am sure you will have all the respectful regards under my leadership in the circle. I may not have cure, I may not be the panacea for everything, but the intent must be very, very in chiming with your concerns. Thank you very much for inviting me today, making my moment, because I'm just starting my journey in the circle, and this is not a circle which is unknown to me. 1983, as a 9-year-old kid, I came to the circle when Mr. Subramaniam was the Chief General Manager and my father was to deliver some address here. I had also the privilege of interacting with not only Mr. Nadaf, I have also carried the affection of Mr. Godbole. I have also carried the affection of Mr. Shantaraju, also Mr. L.V. Subramaniam, if I place him correct. I also had the privilege of visiting the house of one of the greatest, Mr. Moses, those days in Chennai. I think I have a lot of memories. And when I say it is the 61st year of my existence in this bank, also through my shoulders of my father, I think there's a lot of bonhomie which we'll create together. There's a lot of similarity which I can relate with you. I think together, I'm sure you will strengthen me, my presence in the circle, as much as we will for your concerns. Thank you very much.